Hi there, welcome to the Culinary Kitchen. My name is Chef Jason Champagne. So fortunate and thankful that you are watching today. Thank you to the Muskogee Nation of Oklahoma for this opportunity to share a few recipes with you. And today we're going to have a lot of fun in the kitchen. I went and I bought some baby kale and some fresh strawberries and blueberries and raspberries, and we're going to be making a quick vinaigrette with balsamic vinegar. Okay, and that's one of the first things we're going to do. We're going to make a quick vinaigrette, and then we're going to make this fun, really easy salad that anybody can do at home. So hope you enjoy this one. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to make a really quick and easy vinaigrette. They're so easy to make. Today we're going to do a balsamic raspberry vinaigrette. And the recipe that's at the end of this video will be for 4 people. I'm going to go ahead and cut that in half, and we're only going to do a recipe of this for 2 servings. Okay, so first of all, I want to start with half a cup of raspberries. Okay, I've already rinsed those. I'll put them in there. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of Truvia. Truvia is a natural sweetener that's made from a stevia leaf. Okay, it's an alternate sugar substitute that's natural. Okay, we're going to put that in there. Okay, we're going to put 2 teaspoons of honey. Alright, just going to eyeball these ones. That's about half of one. And go ahead and add the honey in there. That should be good. Okay. And then very quickly we're going to put 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. A little bit of lemon juice. I like to catch lemon juice in a small container like this. That way if there's any seeds that come out, we can grab them out of there. 1.5 teaspoons for this 2 people. Okay. There we go. Fresh lemon juice. And a dash of salt and pepper. Whenever you see a recipe calling for a dash, it just means just literally, you know, you don't even want to measure it, you know, it's just a dash, And we'll start blending this up. Okay, we want to start blending here. Pretty easy to turn it on. So it took about a minute to finally puree everything in there, blend it up, and now what we want to do is we want to add our olive oil after everything's blended up. And we're going to emulsify the vinaigrette. So we're just going to put it on a low setting. I like to use this measuring cup here. This is a half cup, but I'm only using 1/4 of a cup for the recipe. What it's nice is it has these little pouring lips on there, so it's easier to do a small stream. We don't want to add all of it at one time and do it. We want to add a little bit at a time, like a small stream consistently. So I've taken the top off of my blender and I'm going to turn it on and just emulsify with a small stream. Okay, the process takes about 30 seconds, but now we're left with a nice emulsified vinaigrette that we're going to use for our salad. So now we're going to start quartering our strawberries. You can slice them. I prefer to have quartered pieces. Okay, so I have everything ready to go here. It's so important to be organized in the kitchen. That was one of my strengths when I went to culinary school. You always want to have everything ready to go before you start preparing a meal. And you'll always hear me talk about a term called mise en place. Again, mise en place means everything has its place. It's a French term. So as you can see, I didn't even start setting this up until I made my vinaigrette, right? That was the number one thing I did first. But prior to that was making sure that I had everything on the recipe, which happened this morning. I went to the store, I brought my recipe with me. I made sure I had every single item on that recipe first. That's the beginning of the mise en place. Okay, and then I have everything here, and I've already cut up the strawberries, I've rinsed off the blueberries. You know, even though these are in packages at the store, containers, we still want to rinse them off. You don't know who's opened them and touched them. Same thing with the raspberries. And you don't want to rinse this stuff until you're ready to use it, right? I'm not going to rinse these blueberries and use them 3 days from now, okay? I'm not going to rinse these raspberries and use them tomorrow. When I'm ready to use the raspberries, I'll rinse them and then use them, okay? So I have the recipe that will be at the end of the video will be double this, okay? So I have half of a container. Now what's nice about this container is it's pre-washed. It does say it's washed triple 3 times and it's washed. It's like about a 5-ounce package, which there's quite a bit in there. It doesn't look like it, but they're usually, the baby kale is packed inside of it, okay? So this is about half, which you can see is a good amount for 2 people. Probably about 3 cups of fresh kale right here. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and mix the vinaigrette into the salad, into the lettuce and the strawberries. That way we're coating the lettuce ahead of time, and we're not having to add additional dressing at the end. But you don't want to do this too far ahead of time. You don't want to do it the day before or even a few hours before, because what's going to happen is the baby kale will wilt really bad. So basically you want to do this right before you're going to serve your meal to keep it nice and fresh. Okay, serving this dish, you can either do individual or family style. It's nice to have different pans like this or different pot serving dishes, Corningware like this one. Okay, it's pretty deep and it's nice to serve out of that. Flatter one, okay? Or you could actually mix this vinaigrette into these greens and strawberry and build individual plates. So if you're serving for 2, this should be enough to fill 2 of these, okay? 4, so you kind of assemble 4 different bowls and then you garnish, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix the vinaigrette, raspberry vinaigrette into the greens with the strawberries, and then we're gonna garnish, okay? We're gonna garnish with our blueberries, raspberries, and then last we're going to garnish with our Parmesan cheese, okay? So first up, we're just going to add our greens in here, okay? And again, I said be careful because these will wilt quick, okay? So we got our greens in here. We're going to add 1/8 of a cup. So it's nice to know your equivalent portions. So basically, there's 4 tablespoons to 1/4 of a cup. Okay, so that means 1/8 of a cup has 2 tablespoons, and that's what we're looking for in this recipe for 2 people, 2 tablespoons, okay? So we're gonna add that. Okay, a little bit goes a long way, and I'll show you, because we're gonna mix it really all into the greens. This is where you really wanna take time to mix that in. Make sure every leaf is coated, every baby kale leaf is coated. And if you want to add a little bit more, you can, okay? This is just where you can have the greens on your taste buds a little bit. And as you can see, it's already starting to wilt, okay? It's already starting to wilt, so we're losing the volume that we started with. Okay, that looks pretty good. We're going to add some of our strawberries in here. I'm going to save a few just to put them on top, okay? There we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and plate the greens, and what will happen most of the time is the strawberries will kind of stay at the bottom, so we can kind of grab a few of those, put them right on top. Really easy recipe to do. It's nice to get the kids involved with doing stuff like this. Again, it's just part of making sure that you got the prep done. Okay, we'll just grab a few more strawberries, put them right on top, like so. Okay, and now we will garnish with our blueberries. It's all about colors, again, just like this is a piece of art. And if the rim of your container gets a little bit dirty or stained, like with some vinaigrette, you can always take a paper towel at the end and wipe that. Okay. So now we're going to use our raspberries. Again, we're garnishing. So a pint of raspberries, we only used about a third of them for the vinaigrette. We have a lot of vinaigrette left for another meal. And we have some fresh raspberries here to enjoy for our salad. And then last, we'll use Parmesan cheese right on top. Pretty easy. So as you can see, that salad wasn't very difficult at all, right? It was just a matter of getting the ingredients in the house, doing a little bit of prep ahead of time, doing the vinaigrette ahead of time, and then just using simple colors and techniques to plate it. Okay. One of the things I want you to understand about how I plated was the more pricier ingredients is going to be the raspberries. Okay, the raspberries and the blueberries. The least will be the lettuce, and then it would go up to the strawberries. So you notice there was more volume of lettuce versus strawberries versus raspberries versus blueberries, right? So the items that we paid for or paid the most for aren't going to be buried at the bottom of this salad. They're going to be used on top visually so that people can see them. Okay, so when people see this, they don't know if there's raspberries at the bottom, right? They don't know if there's blueberries at the bottom. Visually, they see a bunch of them on top. So that's where visually you can get people to visually like the food as soon as they see it, right? And then you have them more than half the way of actually going to like the food. Another thing that I did was the higher calorie, higher fat food, right? Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese is not buried throughout this salad. All we did is we used about 1.5 tablespoons on top, and we just used it as a garnish so that we can have a little bit in each bite when we push down, and then it's not buried throughout the salad. So visually somebody, it might make it more appetizing, right? Some cheese lover that loves salad and loves cheese but may not be a big salad fan. Well, you know, if they see it this way with these bright colors, maybe they'll, you know, look into eating something like this. And then you can get creative with this. You can use different fruits as garnishes. You could even use like a cold leftover chicken breast on top, sliced chicken breast on top. I would put that on top of the lettuce and the strawberry, and then I would layer the sliced chicken breast, and then I would garnish again with our most expensive ingredients. And it's just an easy way to control the amount of calories in your diet, control the amount of vinaigrette, you know, or salad dressing. If you choose not to make your own vinaigrette, then, you know, you can control the amount of dressing that's in the salad by mixing it pre-eating it, just like how we did. We mixed it into every single green, so that every single green in this has a little bit of that vinaigrette, okay? And other than that, it's really easy. Just try to use colors. Try to get kids involved. If you have kids, try to get them to understand that food is art. Food should be fun. And one of the best things I ever went by, I heard from one of my bosses when I was 19 years old. I was an assistant manager at a restaurant. She said, every single dish, Jason, that you make, you want to be able to take a picture of. And it doesn't matter if I'm going to a salad bar at a restaurant. Every single dish that I do is just ingrained in me that you should be able to want to take a picture of it. So I hope you enjoyed this cooking lesson, and I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Thank you again if you're watching. Thank you again to the Muskogee Nation of Oklahoma for hiring me and bringing me in to share my services with others. And I got a lot of videos coming your way, and I hope you guys are excited and want to watch. So thank you very much. Miigwech, and have a great day.